When ground was broken on the new university library in 1967, the library had not yet been named and remained without an official name until March of 1970, when the university announced that the building would bear the name of Joseph Mark Lauinger, class of 1967, who was killed in Vietnam in January of 1970 at the age of 24. An Army first lieutenant, he was hit by enemy fire while commanding an Army unit on a reconnaissance mission. So how did the new library receive its name? The Lauinger family has a long and storied connection to Georgetown, reaching back to the 1890s when Frank T. Lauinger enrolled in the law school. His son, P.C., graduated from the college in 1922 and played an active role as an alumnus. In 1967, he was one of the first laymen appointed to the board of directors. In all, 4 of P.C.'s sons graduated from Georgetown: Philip Charles Lauinger Jr. in 1958, Frank Thomas Lauinger in 1962, Anthony Joseph Lauinger in 1967, and finally, Joseph Mark Lauinger, also class of 1967, who is seen here singing with the Georgetown a cappella group, the Chimes. University President R.J. Henley, who became president in 1969, in his announcement of the naming of the library, said that the name should embody more than financial generosity and should reflect a tradition of dedication and devotion to Georgetown, to our church, and to mankind. He also wrote that the new library will stand, through Joseph, as a monument to the Georgetown men and women who have sacrificed and given of themselves in peace as well as in war. They have not only served America's armed forces with distinction and valor, many have dedicated their lives, both here and in lonely spots around the world, on government missions, working in laboratories and remote hospitals, missions and schools, for the betterment of mankind. The Joseph Mark Lauinger Memorial Library is a sign to all that a grateful Georgetown has not forgotten. P.C. Lauinger, seen here with President Henley at the library's cornerstone laying ceremony, wrote a letter to Malcolm McCormick, Vice President for Development and Public Relations, shortly after the name was announced, saying, "You can imagine how grateful we are for this high honor. Actually, it is overwhelming, and that is the only word that comes close to expressing the feelings of our family. Joe was a very modest, hardworking, retiring sort of person, and he would have been the very last person in the world that would ever think that a beautiful building on his beloved campus would be named after him."